All right. Well, the trailer for Smile 2 dropped this week and had a couple people want me to check out this trailer. I didn't think I'd have a lot to say about this trailer until I did watch it and found out that I have a lot to say about this. You know, the original Smile was one of those movies you see and you think, this seems like it was a decent idea in a short form context, and perhaps they just didn't know how to make a full movie out of this. And when I went back and looked, sure enough, it was a short film that did well at South by Southwest that did so well that they says, well, let's stretch this into a full length feature. And that is a lot easier said than done. And I think a lot of short films have the premise has really been watered down when it becomes a full-length feature. Another example I could think of that was the film Lights Out. Lights Out was a short film that was posted on YouTube, did really well, and they said, "Well, let's give you a opportunity to make this short film into a full-length movie." And you can see how often they were padding the movie itself. The original Smile I thought was okay. Um, there was a lot I thought that was going against it, over reliance of CGI, um, a very predictable story, um, and to make matters a little bit more infuriating for audience members was the trailer for the original Smile movie gave away everything. Had every major event or major, event of importance or consequence in that trailer, including every jump scare that the movie could have. So you could not see the movie and know everything that happens just by seeing the trailer. And that's an ineffective trailer. That to me is a studio that doesn't respect their audience enough to focus on creating interest and intrigue with the trailer, but instead just want to um capitalize on jump scares in a trailer and just try to see if that's enough to get people into the theaters to watch their movie. Um, so the hope is that Smile 2 does better. The one thing I will say that worked in the favor of the original Smile film was a fantastic use of cinematography. The way they constructed visuals, particularly with wide angle lenses, particularly with how they were using camera movement, it created an atmosphere of discomfort for the viewer, which really heightened our senses more as we're kind of going through the film. I did look and see that they brought back the original director and the original cinematographer for the sequel, so perhaps that will play to its favor. So, without further ado, let's look at the new trailer for Smile 2. I don't know how you all feel about this. To me, this is a studio or a marketing company, whoever pieced together this trailer, this is the studio not respecting the audience. We don't know how to get your attention without telling you this is what's coming. This is what you're in for. Um, before the trailer even starts. So let's put in this still frame, but if that still frame wasn't enough, or not still frame, that solitary shot, we're going to put the title card in and say, well, the trailer's starting now. It's kind of ruining the trailer before it even begins, in my opinion. Okay, so main character, clearly a pop star, where the main character of the first film was either a social worker or a therapist who was on call at a hospital, probably a social worker. Um, I'm wondering if the pitch meeting for this is, well, people saw the first one, they maybe just assumed, well, I would just hide from the demon by avoiding contact with people. What if you had someone who could not avoid contact with people, who was always surrounded by people, maybe a pop star? A pop star is always surrounded by people. I'm wondering if that's how the pitch went for this movie. Um, Regardless of that, I wonder if that just pulls the audience out a little bit, that it's a pop star that is the central character of this film. That's a cool shot right there. There's probably going to be a lot of montages early on in this movie. We see, she's I I don't know if this is a concert she's in or if this is a dress rehearsal. Um, there was a shot of her kind of walking through a crowd of fans. She's doing some sort of photo shoot. Back to the dress rehearsal. I mean, cool setup. Now she's rehearsing with her dance troupe, but she's sad and lonely. Like that and white. Okay, so this feels like a dress rehearsal. I don't know if there's an audience there, or maybe. Yeah, you would see audience members in the foreground. So this is probably a dress rehearsal, or no one went to our concert. Sorry. That's a cool shot. So this close up wide angle shot is very, very similar to the first film. We had a lot of shots like these, which, using a wider angle, I don't know if this is a 50, looks like it could be a 50, but really close to the subject, so it distorts the perception a little bit. The nose is a little out of focus. It's pulling towards the camera. By the time you get to the ears are out of focus. So I mean, they're shooting, I don't know, 1.2, 1.4, 1.8, somewhere around there for this. Something happens behind this door right here. Like something hiding in a doorway or behind a door was used in the first one, so this feels repetitious, although I kind of dig the White Rabbit poster. Didn't she just wipe her lipstick? Or maybe this is a completely different scene. This must be a different scene because her lipstick looks flawless there.
Hello?
Sky! What? No, 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 get away from me!
What? What is it?
Get away from me!
Louis?
I do want to say, who keeps their apartment this dark? Like, this is a very, very, very dark. Well, that's a black screen, but such a dark apartment. I don't sit alone in the dark. And then we get into
Louis?
what we saw at the beginning. Human. Oh, poor Louis. Poor Louis. I struggle with this scene, especially being included in the trailer. Ostensibly, you would think that you would include the best scenes or some of the most interesting scenes from the movie into the trailer. And this just feels like a very flat, uninteresting scene. Like, okay, obviously he was infected by the demon, he takes his life, but I don't know who he is. I don't really care. And I don't know how good his acting was. It didn't feel very genuine. Like, when I first watched this, I thought this was going to be a gotcha scare where he scares her but runs in, because it looks like he's almost laughing at the beginning when he runs in before he starts screaming. And I don't know. I don't know how much I cared for this being included in the trailer. It feels weak. Another shot of All right. So this is something I thought one of the things I said at the beginning of this video was that there was very interesting cinematography employed in the first film, but now we're just almost reusing shots. I saw this shot and it was included in the original film. This inverted camera.
Something really crazy is happening to me. I keep seeing this face.
So once again, if we're just recycling footage, we're not allowing creative
Everywhere.
You witnessed a death.
this scene right here. You witnessed a death. Almost verbatim, this scene was included in the trailer for the first movie. So even the trailer just feels like a carbon copy of the first movie, and I struggle with that.
Now it's latched onto you.
Stop smiling at me!
Feels gimmicky at this point. This doesn't feel that interesting. That is a cool shot. Oh, this must be where she wiped the lipstick, where she was in front of this audience. It doesn't feel very menacing. I'm not sure what this is. This seems weird. It's kind of an interesting shot, like, but who's this person holding everyone back? Like, why are they holding people back? That's weird. But a cool shot. I just once again, like, I don't feel this is very like, at least in the first one, people's smiles felt uncomfortable. That just feels more, I don't know, whimsical. So this one scene, that was the detective from the original movie. He's running away from a house. He's being shot at. It looks like he's already been shot. Doesn't end well for him. Okay, so we're to believe that he gets killed, and I'm just wondering if he gets killed right at the beginning of the movie because he was the spoiler sole survivor from the first movie. But once again, like, why are we giving this away in the trailer? I don't know who's shooting at him or why. Maybe he's trying to warn the pop star and then gets hit by the truck. And all of a sudden the truck creates a smile with his blood. I have to assume that's the same truck.
That's a pretty cool shirt you got. Want me to sign it?
Is she a low-level pop star? Because there's no one around her. She has no security. She has no handler. She has no agent. She doesn't have a line. So I'm very confused. Which is it? Is she super popular where, paparazzi is photographing her all the time and people are waiting to meet with her outside and she's doing all these photo ops? Or is she having to kind of, looks like she's signing posters, kind of hawk her own wares, and there's no one around? That's weird. That doesn't make sense.
That's a pretty cool shirt you got. Want me to sign it?
Like, look, no one is interested or cares. There's no one else around. How big of a pop star can she be if legitimately no one else is even noticing that she's at her own merch table? And which, how often is a star at their own merch table? That feels, once again, that seems odd. Contact. Like, she didn't say yes to you signing her shirt. Why are you signing her shirt? She's just very quiet. Like, it's such a weird scene.
Sign it?
Why'd you ruin my daughter's trip? Yeah, not great. I don't think that was a great trailer. I'm curious what your thoughts are. I'm curious what you thought about the first movie, if you liked the first movie, how you think the sequel looks compared to the original. To me, it looks like we're just rehashing and trying to amplify the stakes in some way with a character that is less relatable somehow, being that she's a pop star, but who knows if she's a big pop star, being that no one seems to be interested in her autograph except for a creepy girl demon. Um, Let me know in the comments section. I'm curious what your takes are on this, if you're going to see this movie, or if there's other movies you want me to do a trailer breakdown on. Happy to do those. Hit subscribe, turn the bell notifications on. Appreciate you tuning in for this. Having a blast doing these, and your support means a lot. So thank you so much. We'll talk to you in the next one. Take care.